Doctor. It's from Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Where you from, son? I forgot. Las Vegas, Mr. Joe Gray Show. What's that? The fantastic Joe Gray Show Orchestra.
I think unless you're a hardcore Elvis fan, you're not in the audience loving these band intros. Like these band introductions, at this point it's already like about 12 minutes worth of band intros. Why? Why the intros? Why so long intros? I like that. That's why I even played this track. I was going to skip it, but I thought he might do something with his voice. Listen, if you haven't heard this, you're about to hear it. Listen to this fantastic vocal display by Elvis at the end of this song. I think it was in Vegas, December 1976. So about 6 weeks later, listen to this.
Get on me, get on me, hey on me, hey, hey, hey,
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, since we haven't been here before, I'd like to do, like my first movie song was Love Me Tender.
Let's see if this is a throwaway or not.
Love me tender, love me true, never let me go. You help me, my dreams come true, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfilled. Oh my darling, I love you. And be careful, always love me, love me dear. Tell me you're mine. I'll be yours, I'll be you. Tell me anytime. Oh my darling, I love you and always will.
So Elvis seems like, to me, he seems pretty tired here. No energy, kind of going, kind of on autopilot. His voice wasn't too bad there, and a lot of times I just, I'll pass. After I listen to it the first time, I'll just pass on Love Me Tender because it's just kind of a throwaway song, maybe just, you know, to get the audience involved and for him to kiss some girls, maybe scope out somebody who wants to bring backstage. But, yeah. So this is August 19th, 1 week after the recorded phone call with Red West. And if you guys think that Elvis didn't have a drug problem, listen to how he sounded in that record. I'm thinking interview. You know, listen to how he sounded in that phone conversation. Totally out of it. He says, I'm not effed up by no means, and on the contrary, I've never been in better shape in my whole life. So this was 1 week after that. So like he wasn't in a good place at this time. But that's one thing with these FTDs. It really chronicles Elvis's life, you know, and you don't know what you're going to get. That's why it's like, oh, I've heard these songs before, but you haven't really heard them because there could be little gems in here. So that's what I'm hoping to hear when I listen to these.
This way. Well, it's a bundle of the money, run the show. Here you get it, and go grab on, but don't you? Don't my blue suede shoe. You can do anything, but let all the blue suede shoe. Yeah, you can knock me down, slap in my face, slap my name all over the place. I do anything that you want to do, but I'm honey, lay all my shoes, don't you? Double my blue suede shoes.
So, Elvis kind of sounds like an old man, you know. One thing, I'm always going to be honest, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to be like, oh, he was the greatest ever. I think part of the problem was like Elvis was, yeah, he looked good for the time, but he wasn't himself. He wasn't in good health. He was on the road to make money because his records weren't doing well because he couldn't get good material. So they weren't selling, just like the movie predicament that he had in the mid to late 60s. But the fans kept loving it and ate it all up. I think one of the Mafia men said, you know, if you watch All the King's Men, he said, maybe if, Marty Lacker, he said, maybe if, you know, we said, the fans, well, we don't like you fat, Elvis would have changed. And I'm not trying to be a harsh critic, but that's what I think. That's really what I think. I mean, this channel is Elvis is the man because he is the greatest of all time. And I love the ups and downs in his career, but I'm not going to pretend like there wasn't any downs or pretend like, oh, it wasn't that bad. And some of you might be saying right now, well, it's not his fault. You know, it's because he had all these genetic issues. Well, that's what you want to believe. That's the theory, like before that book came out that some of you guys cling to. People would just deny that Elvis didn't do drugs in other ways. Like, no, it's wrong. And don't forget, like even the Memphis Mafia people, you know, other than, you know, like Charlie, or I don't think you would call him Mafia, but like, yeah, they wrote the book Elvis What Happened, but there was a lot of cover-up about Elvis's drug use. Everybody wanted to make excuses. Even when he died, they cleaned up the bathroom so there wouldn't be any, like, you know, smoking gun in there, so they could just cover it all up. The stomach contents were dumped. Elvis was hardcore into pills, and I do think, yes, he has some genetic issues, but I don't think you can really blame what happened to Elvis, in my opinion, on anybody else other than Elvis. It wasn't because I don't think, you know, like if you do some research, just like some Google searches, what are the odds that there are birth defects in children from parents who are firstborn cousins? It's a 4% chance. What is it with just parents who aren't related? It's a 2% chance. So the likelihood doubles, but it's only a 4% chance. So you have a 96% chance of, look it up, of children being okay that are born from first cousins. So what do you think the odds are that Elvis was affected in any way? Do you think that he was just destined to die in his 40s because of his grandparents on one side being first cousins? I think that's such a stretch. While I'm on that topic, there are a lot of good points in the book. So I'm not saying don't buy it, get it, because I bought it and there was a lot of things I liked about the book, like the genealogy, talking about things I've never learned before about Elvis's family history, as far as, you know, where they worked, what they did, the relationships, why some divorce, why the men were always out. A lot of good points in that book. But me personally, I do not agree with the theory that is presented of Elvis's death. I go along and I think it's much more logical that, say, the death of Elvis, if you haven't read that book. Just all the pills that he took throughout the years. You know, some were necessary. And I think mostly Elvis just got addicted. He liked the high and he became, for lack of a better term, a junkie. But, like, we love Elvis, but, you know, before I get off in the ditch on one side, let's state a point. But this concert, not too good so far.
Okay, thank you very much. Our latest record is called Hurt.
Let's see.
You lied to me. You lied to me. I'm hurt way down deep inside of me. You said our love was true, and we'd never part. Now you want somebody, and it breaks my heart. I'm hurt much more than you'll ever know. Yes, darling, I'm so hurt because I still love you so. Even though you hurt me like nobody else could ever do, I would never, ever hurt you.
Reprise?
Well, thank you very much. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Disappointing. Disappointing.
Crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. Well, you ain't nothing but a rabbit. Ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. Well, you ain't never gonna run away, no friend of mine.
You can hear the bass really well. The bass is turned up.
Well, you ain't never gonna run. You ain't no friend of mine.
I was hoping there was going to be a shoulder shake, you know, we can hear the drums and some action, but no, unfortunately. And also with Hurt, he didn't do a reprise. He didn't really hold the note too long. And there were so many good, like when he started performing this song in March, powerful. And then he started to do, like, in, like, August and stuff, he started to do, like, with his reprise, he'd sing the song all over again. And it finally perfected it in my point, and was never better, in December when you got, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Dallas. Those are the best versions of Hurt. But I do like the one in March also, from Charlotte.
Thank you very much. Give me an E chord. I know, you know, it's not Christmas time yet, but I'm going to do Blue Christmas, you know.
Let's bring his guitar out.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white, but I have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. Have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
So, it didn't sound like Elvis got the guitar for that. And his voice wasn't bad. But man, this concert doesn't seem to be too good at all. Probably one I'm not going to go to again. Except for when I'm going to listen to the first part of it, but not good. And for those of you who... I'm getting to the end of my video, the end topic of this video, was Elvis at his peak, maybe in 1961. Like, he did 3 shows, 2 in Memphis, February 25th, and then he did one in March, Pearl Harbor. His voice, like, he listened to this concert and listened to that concert. Obviously, Elvis was going through some health issues here. But just if you want to talk about the voice... Some of you who say Elvis's voice, oh, it just got better and better. Do you think Elvis in 1961 at 26 would have sang Blue Christmas like that? His voice was weak. He was out of breath. I'm just comparing the two. I'm not, some of you get so defensive on Elvis, you won't even allow a negative criticism. But it's just an observation. His voice is not that great, really.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If I could, I'd like to turn the house lights up. Could give me warm water.
Warm water?
Turn the house lights up so I can see you, because I can't see out.
Did he say give me some warm water? I think he said give me more water.
Okay. That's good, baby. All right. Sure.
Having fun with Elvis on stage.
Well, very good, honey. Right it up. Wait a minute. a long, long time. How am I doing? Well, I guess I'm doing fine. It's been so long now, and it seems like it was only yesterday. Yeah, ain't it funny how time slips on away? How's your new love? I hope that he'll be careful.
Like, with all the hits Elvis had, why would he just pick Funny How Time Slips Away? You know, like, he could be filling up this song slot with something else.
So until we meet you again, take care of yourself. My God bless you.
Sounds like Elvis is ready to go. He's not having it. Can you hear my dogs growling at each other? This is really unedited. Hopefully he doesn't hit the camera.
Wise men say only fools pressure. I can't help falling in love with you. Would it be the same if I falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things, are meant to be.
All right, guys, so what did you think of that concert? Am I being too critical? I think that concert was boring. It didn't display Elvis's talents like it could have. I mean, it had nothing to do with the actual recording of it. It was just Elvis's performance. He wasn't doing good. Like I said, it was hit or miss. I think you get a little more better consistency and quality of the shows when you get into October, a little more. November, there was some great footage of Elvis. Maybe I'll put it up here and show you guys. He was a lot trimmer, and he, like, miraculously trimmer. Yeah, water, he lost some water probably, and maybe he took out some pills, or maybe he was, like I said, trying to get himself a little healthier. Maybe he changed up his diet a little bit. We know that if you're overeating with your carbs and your water, you lose a lot. But I mean, it was more of a medical issue. I get it. You know, heart trouble. Anyway, I'm saying the concert was not so good. Like, say if I was there at that time period, and because, like, news traveled slow back then, and if the last time you really saw Elvis was Aloha from Hawaii, probably, you'd maybe see some, maybe if you had some fan magazines, you could maybe get more of an inside scoop onto some of the things that were going on for, like, fan club magazines. But I think maybe the casual fan, they didn't know, and a lot of them, I think, were surprised in Elvis's condition. I remember a fan telling me on this channel in the comments, we were talking, and they said when they saw Elvis in September 1970, like, they didn't know what Elvis was going to come out wearing. They actually thought, this particular person thought that Elvis was going to come out in a black leather outfit. Like, they had no idea. So you didn't know what you were going to see. And if I were in that time period, say, taking a friend and building up Elvis, oh man, he's the greatest, you got to see this. Like, say I saw Elvis in 1971 or 72, and I was going to see him again, and I took my friend, I would be embarrassed, I think. Yeah, Elvis had great charisma, and if you're sitting there watching him, it would probably be a lot different. But just listening to this, it doesn't sound like it'd be too much different, if you know what I'm saying. So, moving on to the next topic.
All right, guys, so that was the end of part 2 of this long video. It turned out to be a 70-minute video, and I couldn't download the whole thing and upload it, so I have to break it up in 3 parts. Stay tuned for part 3. If you haven't seen part 1, check it out.